If you want a woman to miss you badly, don't try to make her feel your absence by disappearing like a game. Make her feel your absence actually meant something. That is the part most men misunderstand. They think missing comes from distance, but distance alone doesn't make anyone miss you. Presence felt stressful, needy, boring, or forgettable. Distance only gives her relief. But if your presence made her feel seen, calm, excited, understood, and emotionally alive, then distance does something different. It creates a gap, and that gap starts pulling her mind back to you. Because people don't miss what was always available, created a feeling they can't easily replace. Number 1, make your presence emotionally specific. This is the first secret. If you want her to miss you, she needs to associate you with a feeling that belongs to you, not something every other man gives her. Not generic compliments, not the same good morning message, not constant attention that feels like everyone else's attention. Something more specific. Maybe you make her feel calm when everyone else makes her feel rushed. You make her laugh in a way she doesn't expect. Maybe you understand her silence without forcing her to explain it. Maybe you notice her little contradictions. The way she acts strong but still wants softness. The way she jokes when she's uncomfortable. The way she pretends not to care when something clearly matters. And here's where it gets interesting. The ones who make them feel uniquely understood. If your presence gives her a version of herself she likes, she will think about you when you're not there. Because now she isn't just missing you. That is much stronger. Number 2, don't stay until the energy becomes ordinary. Most men ruin their own impact by overstaying. The conversation is good, so they stretch it. So they keep going until it becomes dry. The moment feels special, so they cling to it until the spark fades. But here's the truth. People remember the emotional ending. It's exciting, but ends tired, awkward, or repetitive. The memory gets weaker. So if you want her to miss you, leave while the energy still has life. Not suddenly, not as a manipulation, just naturally. If the conversation is flowing, you can say, I have to go, but I like where this conversation was going. That kind of ending leaves a feeling behind. It preserves it, and this changes everything. Because now her mind doesn't remember a conversation that slowly died. It remembers a conversation that still had more to give. Number 3, become part of her emotional routine without becoming predictable. This is powerful. If she hears a certain type of joke and thinks of you, you're in her mind, and remembers you, you're in her mind. If she experiences a situation and thinks, he would understand this, you're in her mind. That is how missing begins. Not through constant contact, through emotional association. But most men get this wrong. They become predictable in a boring way. Same text, same timing, same compliments, same reaction. That doesn't create missing. That creates habit without excitement. The goal is different. You want her to associate you with moments, not routines that feel automatic. A private joke, a type of conversation, a small memory, a feeling she only connects with you. For example, maybe you once teased her about overthinking everything. Later, when she catches herself overthinking, she remembers you. That is emotional association. You are not texting her, but you're present in her thoughts. Number 4, give her space without making it feel like punishment. This is where many men fail. They hear give her space. They disappear to create fear. They ignore messages to create anxiety. They act distant so she'll chase. That may get a reaction, but it doesn't create healthy desire. It creates uncertainty. Without emotional safety eventually becomes exhausting. Real space feels different. It says, I have a life and I respect yours too. You don't punish her with silence. You simply don't crowd her. You don't demand constant replies. You don't force emotional intensity every day. You don't make your presence so constant that she never feels your absence. And here's the deeper psychology. Missing needs oxygen. If you are always there, always available, always trying to stay in front of her, her mind has no space to reach for you. But when you step back naturally, after creating a good feeling, she gets to notice the difference. She gets to feel the quiet. And if your presence mattered, that quiet starts speaking. Number 5, let her invest in you too.
A woman misses what she has emotionally invested in, not just what she received. This is important. All the texting, all the planning, all the compliments, all the emotional effort. She may enjoy it, not feel deeply attached. Because attachment grows when both people contribute. If she remembers something about you, she becomes more invested. If she asks about your life, she becomes more connected. If she makes effort to see you, she values the time more. If she opens up and you handle it well, she feels bonded to the moment. So don't carry the whole connection alone. Leave room for her to step toward you. If you always ask the questions, pause and let her ask too. If you always start the conversation, let her feel what it's like to initiate. If you always make plans, give her space to show effort. And this changes everything. Because when she puts energy into you, her mind starts justifying that energy. She starts feeling more connected because part of her is now inside the connection too. People miss what they help build. Number 6. Don't make your absence dramatic. This sounds simple, but it's rare. Some men turn absence into a performance. They post things to make her jealous. They act cold so she notices. They try to show they don't care. They want her to feel their absence, but they make it obvious that they're still emotionally centered around her. And women can feel that. It doesn't look powerful. It looks reactive. A man who truly makes a woman miss him doesn't need to announce his absence. He simply continues living. He works, he grows, he improves, he enjoys his life. He doesn't make every move about getting a reaction from her. And that is what creates curiosity, because now she senses that you are not just waiting around, you are moving. And movement is attractive. When a woman sees that your life continues with strength, direction, and calmness, your absence feels different. It doesn't feel like bitterness. It feels like value. Number 7. Leave her with emotional clarity, not confusion. This is the final key. Some men think confusion makes women miss them, so they give mixed signals. Warm one day, cold the next. Interested one moment, distant the next. But confusion doesn't create real missing. It creates stress, and stress eventually becomes resentment. If you want her to miss you in a real way, she should know your energy felt good. She should know the connection had warmth. She should know your attention was genuine. She should not feel like she's being emotionally played with. Because the strongest kind of missing comes from clarity. She knows she enjoyed you. She knows she felt something. She knows you weren't desperate. And now that you're not constantly there, she feels the difference. That is powerful. Because she isn't trying to solve a confusing puzzle. She is remembering a good feeling. And good feelings are what people return to. Now here's the truth. You cannot force any woman to miss you, and you shouldn't try. Missing is not something you demand. It is something your presence earns. If you want her to miss you badly, become someone whose presence has emotional weight. Make her feel something specific. Leave before the energy dies. Create memories that attach to real moments. Give space without punishment. Let her invest too. Keep living with direction. Because when a woman misses you for the right reasons, she doesn't miss your pressure. She doesn't miss your neediness. She doesn't miss your constant messages. She misses the way you made her feel. She misses the calm, the spark, the private jokes, the way you understood something